Home is lovely. Yeah, every Sofar Sounds, like, we just pick like the best homes and yeah, great space, great intimate audience. And so I've got like 15, 20 minutes to fill. So what I'm gonna be doing is taking you, like, telling a story and then adding the raps in between. Of course the raps are slowed down, so it makes it like spoken wordy. Yeah, I mean, the first thing is, so my dad got in contact with my family again. So I grew up without a dad, so single mom household. And so I'm 28 now, so 28 years, and I'm like the youngest in the family. Well, I was the youngest for like 9 years. You know, that messes up the flow and 9 years but in terms of the same mom and dad, I'm like the youngest. So when they sort of, my mom and dad split up shortly after I was born, so I have no like real connection or anything. So my brothers and sisters and whatnot, they're sort of like reluctant for that idea. But me, I'm like, yeah, I don't mind. Not for no lovey-dovey stuff, but just to have some questions answered, and yeah, just to see if I get some of my mannerisms from that sort of stuff. I'm 28, not much you can do. But even before he tried to get in contact, I was thinking for the past year anyway, of because my relationship with my mum, I'm not cool with my mum, so I haven't spoken to her for a while as well. But so I was in that weird space of let me see if I can find my dad, just for that very reason, sort of thing. So it's that was a weird thing to happen. So I'm yet to actually be in contact. And over that year, I was thinking of just childhood and upwards and whatnot. And I wrote a song, and it's called 6 Years Old. So I was thinking from the perspective of being 6 years old and just like a vague timeline until now. And I called it 6 years old. And it's just like my thoughts from that time onwards. So this is called 6 years old. When I was young, you had posters of immature. Marcus Houston was still immature. I just finished fist fighting my older brother. I lost the fight, but my confidence is starting to soar. I'm 6 years old, I haven't seen my dad since before I was 4. My mother's got a new boyfriend. She tells me to knock now before I open the door. I'm so inspired by Jackson 5, I feel like my family can be the Samson 4. Primary school holidays, these days will never fade. Sun rays and sunshades, while I'm loving my life, mum is having worse days. Chalk ice and ice coals, freeze frames, life rolls. I'm in love with a girl at church, but only I know Sunday school views. But Sunday school views. I'm gonna start that again. You laugh, that's why it put me on. When I was young, you had posters of immature. Marcus Houston was still immature. I just finished fist fighting my older brother. I lost the fight, but my confidence is starting to soar. I'm 6 years old, I haven't seen my dad since before I was 4. My mother's got a new boyfriend. She tells me to knock now before I open the door. I'm so inspired by Jackson 5, I feel like my family can be the Samson 4. Primary school holidays, these days will never fade. Sun rays and sunshades, while I'm loving my life, mum is having worse days. Chalk ice and ice coals, freeze frames, life froze. I'm in love with a girl at church, but only I know Sunday school views. But I don't have an opinion. I learned God made you to perfection, and that's the most important lesson. I'm too shy to speak to you, so I use my imagination, and now we're dating. Have I peaked yet? They said I had late speech development. Is that the reason I couldn't speak yet? Is that the reason I want people to hear me speak in arena seats and social media screens, following me like I'm taking them out of ancient Egypt? Jesus wept. And while you sleep, just know you slept. I feel sorry for kids with unfit parents. Now I understand Michael. I don't need the London Eye to see this cycle. But what do I know? I'm just a young king who used to sleep with a knife though. I'm just a young king who could have been given life though. We don't have to be in sync to know I was justified. The day I left my mom's house is the day I left her life. And I built something for myself. Something you can't take away because you ain't give me no help. To this day, you haven't apologized. Roll eyes. Oh well. So I guess my mother doesn't care about me. Talking about you wouldn't be here without me. All she ever did there was doubt me. So I left the house. You can live out the rest of your years without me, for real. I've had enough of her lies. I'm trying to look for my father, but I know he's got his own family ties. I'm trying to figure out the story behind why a young black man would leave behind a family of 5. Depressing shit, I know, but this is my life. When I'm alone, I look out my window and cry. Just feeling sorry for myself, it fucks me up every time. I just want to go home if there is an afterlife. After I've conquered this world, fucked all these girls, vanity upon vanity, I don't know how to feel. I'm starting to think my pain is the only thing that's real. I'm not worth much if my aim's to make 100 mil. I am a young king, but I am king. So forgive me for wanting all these foolish things. A bed full of women, a hand full of rings, 4 seasons hotel with 4 of my closest kings. Remove the GS and they're my kin. We don't have to share the same blood, we share the same love. Your mum treats me like a son, God bless her for that. But that means we share the same mum. Michael Kors, I copped it. All my kings are adopted. Like a chain, they're close to my heart like Annie's locket. To speak to God, don't have to go to a phone box. I've got a clear signal saying don't stop. You can't live with the world on your shoulders, maybe your palm. If we need a shoulder, I'll give you my arm. Never resort to arms, we use arms to hug. Resolve qualms with love. This generation calls for new things. If you didn't know, we are the new kings. This rap is brought by the flow that my youth brings. Why this song is number 1, I'll tell you 2 things. Samson smiles from London, that's the new king. That's that. And also, so I used to, there was this girl many years ago, and a beautiful girl, and I was seeing her, and you know, with the whole thing with Instagram and whatnot, and I guess all of us know what life was like before Instagram and social media and whatnot, but these days it's a weird, we're like in a weird place because, you know, although a lot of people might not sort of admit it, but a lot of us, especially the millennials and whatnot, they get their self-confidence from image, and it's almost like they develop their image before their personality, you know. So it's almost like you got the image right, and that's 90% of you done, more or less. And this girl I was seeing, she would dress in a way to get male attention, but complain about it afterwards. Confused me. And so, or like her profile picture on Facebook would be like her breast, little face. And then when guys would approach her or like call her like 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., she'll complain about, he's calling me for one reason, but you're picking up your phone. You're sending signals, and when you get those signals, you complain about them. And I told her, it's weird because you're doing all this for your outside, but it's like you're in danger of becoming someone who guys remember, but they just don't remember your name. And so I wrote this thing this song called No Name Girl. It's like we're in that generation though. When you go on Instagram, Facebook and whatnot, you'll remember all these girls looking generic, looking good, looking great, but the stuff that they really need, that attitude, personality, humor, no one remembers their name, and their name being them, that unique thing about them. And so I wrote this song called No Name Girl, and it really just talks about that. All we see is the back off and how the legs connect. 5-inch heels and how she walks with her neck. Her dress is provocative, yeah, she knows. But she doesn't understand why all the boys are derogative. Face kicked with makeup, ooh, the girls hate. She doesn't hang with girls, she says all girls are fake. When she hits the street, it's an earthquake. No matter where she is, you can feel the earth shake. Just the arse wiggling, hair boys giggling, shouting silly things, but she lacks the attention. And it's obscene, there's no self-esteem inside. So all this extravagance is her way to hide a tear in her eye that she quickly wipes. As long as she's convinced everything's all right, and I will trade anything in this world for the chance to get through to this no-name girl. So let me continue. You wonder why every guy wanna get in you. They act confused when they holler at your line in the middle of the night asking, can I come through? You're taking pics, showing off your bits, and I see every man rubbing up on you. They're scrubbing up on you. But let me express myself. I'll give you a mirror so you can check yourself. Why you think you deserve to disrespect yourself? Check your past, you're probably missing something. The way you are makes boys want one thing. As beautiful as you are, you're such a young thing. And you're such a cool girl, it's just that one thing. Nobody around you wants to tell you the facts. That's why they talk about you behind your back. You probably feel so alone in this world. That's why I want to holler at you, no-name girl. Because she walks in, they don't know what's wrong. People can't see past the clothes that's on. She seems fine, but that's the show that's on. Look past the smile, because she ain't that strong. She was crying just before then, when it was 6 a.m. She wasn't yawning, she was calling. Because of the troubles in her life, she was bawling. She had a nightmare right there, she was falling. But fuck me, but we don't see the troubles. Pretty girl like you, your life is a bubble. Back off and breast, forget the rest. When boys see you, make them snap their necks. And I apologize, this can't be life. This can't be right. God sees you when you cry. An angel is what you need. This won't go on. They might not know, but I know you ain't that strong. So I did like life, the first one, relationships, and second one about image, and this one is gonna go generic and just do breakups. Something everyone's been through, and everyone knows how it feels. And I noticed as well, just after a breakup, at least your first one, you sort of notice how important relationships are in terms of which they don't sort of teach you in school. Or they can like make your life or break your life. So even when it comes to business, your relationships can make you successful, or they can make you unsuccessful. And personal life as well, relationships, great family or relationships. So this is just a generic breakup one, and there's no name for this, it's just a couple verses. I used to date you, then I used to hate you, but I was mad at the fact that these girls ain't you. I used to kiss you, then I used to diss you, but I was mad because inside I really missed you. But what could I do when I felt so suicidal? I was like a fan and you were my idol. I couldn't accept that you and me were final. I used to be a disc, now a broken vinyl. So I started hanging out with my friends, Jack Daniel, Tia Maria and Hennessy. And I hope you remember me, because my heart's in the cemetery. You can make it correct and resurrect if you stood next to me. Would you rather let me be? Without my sunshine, the rain's pouring heavily. So much for being heavenly. You were my best friend, now it seems you're my enemy. And now she doesn't even see me. And once upon a time, every random guy, they all wanted to be me. It's been about a week, we hardly even speak. That cold shoulder she gives can make a king freeze. She's packed all her bags, like all in her mind. After loving a girl like her, all I can do is die. This movie was romantic, now it's a tragedy. Titanic isn't as sad as you and me. She's on the next train home, with a heart that's mine. I'm like, hey, what's wrong? She's like, I'm fine. My soul dripping away, the love of my life slipping away. If God can come down from heaven, she's getting away. Is it something she wants to hear? give me to say. In her life, this will be her biggest mistake. I would have given you everything on any given day. But now look, now she's slipping away. Thank you. That's actually it that I prepared for you. How much time do I actually...
Oh, no, that, whatever you...
Oh. Do you want to do...
One more.
One more.
Alright.
Smile at us.
She knows me. Alright. I'm going to do like just a, you know, it's rap. So you write a bunch that's about girls and how you like that girl and whatnot. So I'll do one of those. Alright, so this is something of when this is like, you know what? No. I'm gonna give you, when I was 18, I'm 28 now, so 10 years ago, I was 18, of course. I was thinking, it was like a weird space, because you know, it was like, you got what they say 18 should be like, and then you've got what the reality of life is at that time. And it was a wild time. It looked like it was in the 60s or something. But I just thought it was like this, was friends with a guy who got his studio up and running, so it was like my second time recording ever. And I thought to write this song, and I called it Birthday. And this verse is from that. It just documents how I was feeling around that time. And I sort of gave it as a birthday gift to myself. Like, remember that. But this is called Birthday. Pop the drinks, stop, let me think. I'm old enough to drink, right? I'm the number old to drink alcohol, why? Cause I'm gonna sit till I get sick, more than tipsy. On the road or at home, don't forget me, cause it's my day, the 28th. Do what I say, you're my slave, well I get paid, smile always. Hugs from the bitches, kisses from the skets. Joking, it's all blessed, man, you're all my friends. Time to be a man, got a plan, what you gonna do? Rule the rap scene, make my cream, is that alright with you? Kickstart my life quick, grab a wife, fit a ring, spit hard and tighter than a Jewish feminine, and I've seen it. Africa, man, I've been it. It's sad, kids drink water that's unhygienic. Apart from the girls, what has this world got for me? It's hell not living well unless you win the lottery. 18 years, it's been bad, good and fine. 18 years back in 89. Blind to the fact that my dad wasn't there. I'm treated lower, cause my skin color isn't fair. America attacked, how war is that? They fight back, now the war is back. Islam fighting the war, they want unbelievers to convert. Join jihad, or you will get hurt. Meanwhile, boys with knives are coming into my section. North Korea, Iran are building nuclear weapons. Police want to threaten me, let's do a job properly. I won't hesitate to retaliate violently. And this is my world. You want me to kick back and smile like it's all good. Shit ain't been good for a while. Is it gonna change, or will my kids arrive in vain? Wait, I forgot. It's my birthday.
That are like live recordings of his pieces, and he's on Samson Smiles on all the social media channels. So thank you so much. Another round of applause.